Hi, Aquarius. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is your reading for the week of September 19th through the 26th. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer personal readings. I offer IET, which is a healing modality. I also have lovely t-shirts like this one, as well as all the astrology signs on my website. Also on my website, which is ripecolor.com, I have handmade textiles, etc., etc. Please go check it out. And if you're so inclined, press a button and buy something, and I'll be happy to ship it to you. The other announcement, my new announcement, ooh, it's so exciting. I have a new announcement. Ooh, is I can do one-on-one readings in person. Midtown Manhattan. So if you're in New York or the New York area, or if you're visiting New York, you're welcome to come by my art studio, YouTube production facility, apartment. Get a tarot reading or purchase a scarf or whatever. My email is below. Okay, that was my marketing. Now let's get to the reading. Okay, away we go, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for the week. 1, 2, 3. El diablo. El diablo. Dios mío. Okay, sorry. Actually, the devil's come up a lot. The devil's come up for a lot of people, a lot of signs. Okay, so we have the devil, we have the 6, and we have the 7, the 6 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. The devil is a really weirdo card. It's, the devil is really about a false path. It's about something false appearing real, being tied to something that's kind of not real. It's an illusion. The devil's an illusion. I have an inkling of where it's going, but I'm not really quite sure. Okay, so I'm just going to keep talking until it comes. So at the end of the day, the devil is an illusion. It's a false path. It could be toxic. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be alcoholism. It could be greed, jealousy, something that's. So let's talk about jealousy for a minute. So, oh, I'm jealous of so-and-so because they're better looking. They have more money. They're taller. I don't know. Wait, it's like throwing your money down the drain. Like, what are you going to go on a stretcher rack? Make yourself taller. They're tall. That's the way they go through the world. Or taller. That's the way they go through the world. And maybe they're jealous of you because you're shorter than them. Maybe they feel like they're too tall. It's trying to obtain or gain something that sometimes is just impossible. And the other times it's sort of like, well, there's a laziness to it. I don't know how else to say it. There's like a laziness to it. All right. I don't know where I was going with that. This is a really interesting card. This is about giving and taking. This is a card of charity. This is about giving and taking. So is there an illusion about are you giving of yourself because you want people to see you as generous? Or are you giving of yourself because you're giving of yourself? Right. So it's like the difference between giving money at the library, right? Let's say, and well, I'll give you this much, but my name has to be on the thing. It's like a lack of humility. That's what I'm kind of getting. Uh, that's what I'm getting. There's a certain lack of humility and a sense of big shotism that doesn't look good. It doesn't, how do I say this in a nice way? Make them your best friend, right? And we're going somewhere. And you put on a certain shirt and it's all right. And then you put on another one. And how do I put this? I'm telling you what I'm getting. It's not, I'm not like sitting in judgment. It's not that I'm sitting in judgment because, you know, I've been there. You know, I've been like Mr. What I'm saying is you've looked better. You look better in something else. You look better in being more open and honest about your um, desires, more open and honest about your ambition, more open and honest about your self-esteem, lack of self-esteem, because this is like hiding something. There's something hiding here. That's the way it feels. It feels like there's something hiding that's not really true, but it's being presented as true, but it's not really true. There's something really, the devil's a really weird ass card. It just is. And does it have to do with like with money, with I have this sense of security, but it's not really a sense of security based in anything real. It's based in a show. That's what it feels like. Okay, sorry. I'm not trying to be like, I have to tell you what I'm seeing in the cards, what I'm feeling. All right, so there's going to be a little bit of there's going to be a couple of holes in the pot. And water's going to start seeping out. You could be bigger. You could be bigger. There's a certain pettiness or a certain something. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to look. The point of my station, what's evolved into is to hold people's hands as they grow spiritually. I need my hand held all the time too. It's not like, you know, oh, I'm so spiritual and I know and you don't, you know, I don't, that's insane. You're your own guru, right? I'm my own guru. right? And maybe the two of us get together and listen to somebody who knows more about, I don't know, baking cookies than either one of us. A bigger picture, right? You can you can rest on your laurels, or you could go to higher ground. I feel like it's time to go to higher ground. I feel like it's time to come out of the dark, come out of like this, like the lower part of yourself, the lower part of yourself. I mean, you can definitely do it. You can definitely do it. It's really powerful. You have to want to. You have to be willing to, and begin anew. Right? Begin anew. This is almost like this is in a way like Yom Kippur. I can't believe I'm talking like that. I know I'm gonna keep Yom Kippur. So the understanding of Yom Kippur is that you go before God and say, I wash myself of my sins, all the derelictions, all the bad things that I've done to other people, all the ways I was not compassionate, not giving, didn't listen. You know, it's not just the way it looks on the books. It's about this one-on-one relationship. It's like, well, how could I have been more compassionate? Can I have been more patient? Can I have been less haughty? Could I have been more loving? Could I have been more generous? Could I have been? And the answer is yes for all of us every year, right? Really, at the end of the day, you know, there's always an ideal to live up to, right? Do you always hit your ideal? Probably not. None of us do. But at least there's an ideal, right? At least there's a goal. You know, okay, there's the goal. But on Yom Kippur, you know, you basically are talking to God or your higher self or both or all three or whatever the hell it is, and saying, I wash myself of this and I'm born anew. And I'm born anew and I'm, you know, I'm starting afresh. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. So I feel like there's this sort of, I know this is a little strange. There's a little bit of self searching and self-examination, even though that's what I'm feeling. How am I giving and how am I taking? Is it balanced? Is it balanced? That's the other thing about this. Is it balanced? Is both my giving to others and my receiving from others balanced? Because if you're just receiving and everyone's taking care of you, that's not balanced. And if you're just giving, that's another aspect of the devil, right? If you're just, but you don't allow anyone in and you don't allow people to hold you and to listen to you and to comfort you and to take care of you, then that's not really living balanced either. It's just not, you know, it's not. So that's what I think this whole reading is really about. It's about really finding this new sense of balance and really understanding what that is and being less defensive so that you could be less stressed. This is a card of stress, actually. Finding the higher ground, taking the leadership role, you know, because a leader at the end of the day says, you know what, on that issue, I was wrong. And we're going to do something else. I'm going to put someone else in charge. We're going to take a new tact, whatever. That's a real leader. A real leader doesn't just sit around and say, oh, well, you know, what do all the people want? And then I'll just do what they want. And as long as I get reelected, you know, that's not what a leader does. The leader leads. And, you know, some people are going to like it and some people will not, period. No matter what you do. You know, even if it's like 95% like it, there's always going to be that 5%. Like, whatever. I don't want to get into all that. But I feel like if you really allow yourself to see the illusion you're living in and this thing, whatever it is that you're tied to, right, which is an illusion, then you're going to be able to bring balance You're going to be able to rebalance it. You know, I'm not saying cook the books, y'all. Kind of have a new, bright, open-minded outlook in a fantastic outfit. I'm glad if you stayed with me, because the beginning of the reading, it was just like, I couldn't put my finger on it. Yeah, you're going from a place of, what do you call it, of trouble into tranquility. You're going from a place of turmoil into a place that's more, I give sometimes, I receive sometimes. I'm ready to step up to a new ideal. I'm ready to, even though like what I did in the past worked, I want to evolve. So you know what I want to say with this card? This is a beautiful card. It's the love. It's the love of God, really. It's the love of God, which overflows, just overflows. You know, it's like a waterfall, it just keeps on raining down and raining down. There's no end to it. There's no end to it. Your job is to stand in it. You know, your job is to take it in. Your job is to experience it. This is also the love of our own souls. This is, you know, the beginning of a new relationship. And I think the new relationship is really a relationship with like the higher part of yourself. I think that's what's really coming. It's kind of a heavy reading. Yeah, I'm good at the heavy readings. I really am. Yeah, look at she is. That's kind of the secret has been revealed. The secret has been revealed. Like, how can I bring myself to the higher ideal instead of hiding out and being this way or that way, you know, being either overly giving or overly reliant. You know, I don't know who you are, you know, maybe have a little bit of both. We usually do. The other thing I wanted to say is this is just the way I feel about the world today. Today means this month, the last few months. We're going through a tremendous collective as well as individual transformation as humans interacting with one another, as a species, as members of a national identity, members of a religious identity, members of a familial identity. Everyone's going through it. No, doesn't matter if you live in a cave in the mountains, you don't even know what mountain you're in. You're going through it too. And I feel like all these difficulties, challenges, opportunities that have been presented to us, both individually and collectively, are here at the end of the day, you know, in its most refined form, let's say, to inform and encourage and offer the opportunity for each and every one of us to step into our best selves, step into our best and fullest selves. I really, really feel like that's what's going on. And, you know, it's really hard. It's really hard. And, we're all sort of walking around on broken eggshells, and we're all sort of like, can I say my opinion? Does that make sense? Are there like-minded people to me? And then, you think about the world collectively, you think about hunger, you think about whatever, I mean, I could really go deep into the darkness. I feel like we all are being called on to bring our best selves to heal ourselves in the world. I think that's what's really going on. So I know I got a little weird and a little heavy in the reading, but guess what? You ain't the only one. This is a collective, individual, yet societal situation. And I've been saying for months that, if you're, no matter who you are, there's a certain, we all have, there are certain personality types, right? So certain person, like certain people are more introverted, more introverted, blah, blah, blah. The introverts have to become more extroverted. The extroverts have to become more introverted. The generous ones have to be more receptive. The receptive ones have to be more generous. The hyper masculine ones have to get in touch with their feminine. The super feminine ones have to get in touch with their masculinity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of the end of the duality. It's really what's going on. So it's like you better, or I would humbly suggest that you call in all these energies and learn how to work with them. You don't have to learn how to work with them perfectly, but it's like understand what they are and how to utilize them if necessary. Because I feel like we're all going to have to utilize things that we didn't have to utilize in the past. That we didn't have to utilize in the past. It wasn't necessary. But I feel like that's what we're being called to do. And this is the evolution of our souls. That's what I think. It's pretty heavy, but it's like, it's not even what I think, it's what I feel. And I kind of know, it's kind of what I know. So, and you don't have to agree with me. It's okay. It's just, that's where I'm at. That's where I think the planet's at. And, you're an Aquarius, so you have this deep intellect, and you are able to see really big pictures. And I guess this came out in your reading because it was supposed to. Blessings to you. Blessings. And challenge yourself because you're up for the challenge, because otherwise the reading wouldn't come up. Have a good week.